What is going on, guys? So here we are. We've got the camper built and it is so awesome. We've used it a couple times. So we have gone to Lake Billy Chinook, up into the Mount Hood National Forest, and to the Gorge Amphitheater. We just saw the Blink-182 concert. Primo camping in this thing at the Gorge. So great. Like the channel, subscribe. We're gonna start bringing some more content. I had some health problems going on to where I didn't have the motivation, but hopefully you like this one. And this is start to finish on this camper build and our first cookout. So thanks, guys. So we are making some progress on the truck camper. It's turning out pretty good. This is the top section. So this is where the bed will go. So there's a bed platform here, and there's some supports underneath it, and this whole platform, the whole platform will hinge up. So I'll show you that. I'm almost done with that part. I got some aluminum hinges. I'm gonna hopefully weld those on. There's these little aluminum hinges. They got removable pins in them. And so those are gonna go right here. So they're gonna go against that, and this whole thing will hinge up. So let's work on this thing today, see if we can't get these on. Works.
It works.
Well, we're currently making some progress on the camper build. We've got the main frame in the middle done. The bed platform is also done. I'll show you that here in a second. And then, I don't know if you can see that over there, but that's the lid portion of the pop top camper. Now we're gonna start building the bulkhead, which I've kind of started doing. I need to clean this space up. It's a mess. As you go, you kind of start making more of a mess, and really I need to spend some time just cleaning up my garage space. I do a little bit here and there, but not enough it's really starting to make me crazy. I've got little stuff spread around, and if you know anything about working on projects and having multiple going at one time, you really start to let things go. But I am a OCD about some of this stuff, and I'd really like it to be clean. Like, I'd like to clean this space up so I have a nice clean working platform for the bulkhead. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this space up, and then start working on the bulkhead, and hopefully have the truck ready to, or the camper ready to mount on the truck today, and we'll go from there.
right, lifting. No, you pull down a little bit.
Yeah, okay, he's gonna go a little bit further. It is morning time. It is Sunday morning. It's about 8:30. Get ready to pull the truck into the garage so I can actually do an oil change. But I decided I'm gonna pull it in backwards. I'm gonna leave the front out so I can do the oil change in the driveway, and I'm gonna start welding on some more of the walls that I need to do the finished framing. So framing's almost done on it. I've got the lid in front of me over here, and then you can see the truck behind me. It's got the rack on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks pretty good. Here, let's check it out. So that whole thing, there's a bed platform up in there. We'll get into that later, but yeah, looks pretty good. Stay tuned for a little bit. We'll get some more going. So we are cutting the ACM panels for the camper. The camper's actually sitting in front of me. I did this yesterday. It took me all day to cut one panel. Just trying to figure out the math. You lose 1/8 of an inch for every cut on each side of your router channel. And so you got to account for 1/8 of an inch on each side. So 1/4 inch per cut where you fold it. And then you got to make sure your inside dimensions are right versus your outside dimensions, and it's a complete pain in the butt, but we're making it work. We're gonna try to get this one cut, put on the far end, and then fill the middle. The top is 3 panels. I made it over 5 foot wide, and it's 10 feet long, and so I couldn't wrap the corners with 5 foot by 10 foot sheets, so I'm doing 3 4 foot by 8 foot sheets. The middle panel will only be like 2 foot 6, 4488 plus, yeah, so it'll be something like that. But let's cut some panels. Here we are. I am putting panels on finally. So I've got the front panel on this guy. I don't know if you can see it. So we'll walk over to the front panel. So I got this first panel on, and I am working on cutting the second panel here. And so this is just aluminum composite material that I'm putting on the outside of the camper. It will sheet all these, and it is being held on with this 3M tape. I've got a lot of people that are a little nervous about me holding these on with 3M tape. This is VHB tape. It is made to hold panels. They use it on cars, bodies, buildings. I mean, this stuff gets used everywhere, and it holds just fine. I already did the top. It's sitting back here in the corner, and we'll see that once I put it back on. But I had a hard time. I accidentally stuck something in the wrong place, and I actually couldn't get it off. So I've got to do some work to fix it, but this tape it'll hold. Basically, this panel comes up this side. We have a little router here that angles it back up. It comes up, it's gonna wrap over the top here, and then these are my tabs to hold the top angle. And that's where my tent will sit. So it just comes up, wraps over and up, so it's all one piece. And then my tent material will attach in here with some Ketter rail. And I am going to seal this, even though it didn't cut all the way through. I'm gonna seal this router with some Sikaflex. Everything gets sealed with Sikaflex, so. All right, so I'm gonna explain a little bit how I do this. These are ACM composite panels, and they are just about 1/8 of an inch thick. And then I put a straight edge on it. And the center of my router is 2 13/16. So then just measure off of it 2 13/16 to my line. And then what we'll do is we'll router a groove in it all the way down, and that'll make a flexible portion. So let's do it. What a mess. Look at that, it just makes an absolute mess. Luckily this stuff comes off fairly easy. A little bit of static. So now we got our line down it, and we'll be able to flex the panel onto the camper that way. So, good start. All right, made some pretty good progress on this thing. Got the back panel put on just now. It's not attached, but it's cut out, and I routed it out. I still have to cut all the channels to make the bends on the top, but it's getting there. And then this one's attached right here. So this panel's attached. It's clamped on right now. That panel's attached. I still have to do this underside panel, and then once I do, I'll router out like this right here against it, so it's nice and smooth. Routered that out, so that corner's good. Yeah, it's going pretty good. You know, it's a work in progress. Okay, there's gonna come a time where you screw up, and I'm just gonna roll with it. So if you look closely, you can see I went through to the aluminum on this cut and that cut. And that's probably not the best, but I am gonna wrap this whole thing with vinyl. So that being said, I don't necessarily need the weather protection out of it. I want it, and if it cracks when I bend it, I will Sikaflex that crack. But I am going to wrap this thing, so we're getting there. I've made some mistakes along the way, like I framed out these for doors, and then realized that the door was going to sit in this channel, and it's at a backwards angle. And what that means is when the water comes down on this panel, it seeps into the seam and it'll sit down in here. And I was gonna seal it with Sikaflex, but I still don't want water sitting in the door. So we're paneling over it like I did over there. We're just gonna panel over the whole thing, and I'm gonna cut a window in that awnings out afterwards. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. I got 2 more panels. I got this bottom panel to do right here. I got this side panel to do. I'm partially done with this back panel. We're working our way through it. Got 1 more cut on the back panel to do, and then bend everything up and get it on. So. me tell you, if you don't have a lot of clamps, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. But I bought a ton of clamps, and it makes it a little bit easier. I screwed this panel up twice, so I didn't want to cut another one. I'm lazy. I did it once, so I'm gonna make it work. I had to double cut this top edge, and it kind of screwed up the edge a little bit, but it's mine. If it was somebody else's, I'd be a little bit worried, but it's mine. I'll use a 3M body filler to do all the corners, so I might touch up this back panel as well. But back panel's on. What a pain in the butt. It took me a couple hours. Tired. I'm calling it a day. Adios. Buddy.
10.5 plus 10.5 is 21.
Oh, you should be able to do that math in your head. The whole world just watched you do that math. Does that one fit?
They're all a little big.
I finally got them. Package finally showed up. I mean, I only ordered it like 2 days ago, but it finally showed up. If you can see what that is linear actuators, and I'm super stoked. But I've been waiting to order them for a while, so I hadn't figured out what I was gonna do. But now we know, so I'm gonna lift the lid with linear actuators. Let's open these bad chickens. I bought 2 for each side, 20-inch action. So the overall would be 44 inches and the closed is 24 inches, but 20-inch action actuators to lift and lower the top. And so I'm really curious. I went back and forth. I was going to put on some cheap Chinese ones because I'm a little cheap sometimes. I prefer to save money where I can, but I figure this is probably not something I should do that with. Also, if you don't watch Mav on YouTube, I just saw my shirt. If you don't watch this guy, you should. I think it's just Mav. And he travels around and he cooks food out of the back of his truck. He's also a truck camper guy, but he does it out of like a canopy, and he fishes a lot and does all sorts of things. Super fun though. Fun to watch. He's the reason I started building this. Ooh, those are nice. Those look good. Each one's good for 225 pounds, so we should have no problem lifting this thing. This thing might weigh 250 pounds at the heaviest with the solar panels on it. And then they're just 12 volt. And so we'll hook it up to 12 volts. It'll go. I'm excited.
It's stressful.
So it goes up. I'm so excited it works. And it goes up. I never doubted it for a second. Well, whatever just happened there, I'm not interested because it sounded like it blew up. It sounded like a lot of stuck motors.
I don't see a problem with the height of this camper.
This is an actual height. We'll be another 2 foot because we're on the floor right now.
Look at all the space I've got.
Look at all the room she has above her head.
Actually, it's not as much as I thought it was gonna be.
I made a miscalculation on height
midget?
when I mounted these. All right, the actuator's got the tent up, and I need to make a brace that keeps the side-to-side play in check, as well as just helps it go up and down nice and smoothly. I'm also probably going to use the gas struts that I already purchased to put on the front and back, just to give this thing some more oomph up and down. If we do get any snow on top, I'd like it to be nice and strong, so I don't want to get crushed in the middle of the night. Okay. Those will go like that. That's kind of the idea of the pivot point. So that will attach to the bottom of the camper, and then it'll pivot down when it closes, pivot up when it opens, so that we have some stability. All right, let's do a quick walk around of the camper. Gas strut piston, so we got that on each side. Actuator on each side. This is our support right here. So it's not super stable because we don't have a way to latch it yet. So I'm gonna put like a latch on this mechanism. And it'll be something that holds this stable. This just kind of keeps this motion, so this side to side play, in check. But you know, this thing it's super stable. So it doesn't move very much. It goes up and down with relative ease. This is our height of our bed platform. So it's not so bad. Once I get a bed on there, it's gonna be a little close, and I might, you know, I'll have to be down. Can't wear a hat, but it's looking pretty good. Got our fan here. So this plugs in. This will all be ran up and in, and then down the tent. But so that goes up and down, and raises and lowers. It sounds all motorized because it is. It's all powered, so there's a remote, and you can up and down the fan as well as turn it on and off. So. We're getting close. We got everything up, so now it's time to get working on the tent portion. Hannah is going to start sewing, and I am going to get this thing ready to mount and get some Kettlerail cut. So we're using some Kettlerail track. Let me show you what that is. All right, so this is the rubber that we are going to sew onto the tent material. And then this is the Kettlerail track that we're going to attach to the base of the tent. And so what happens is this will be able to just slide right inside there and be attached. It also kind of moves and is flexible, but it won't pull out. So it's nice, we can slide it all the way down. So that is what it'll look like.
We are sewing. We already did the bottom hem and then the Kettlerail on the bottom. We did the windows, and now I have to sew the top hem and sew the Kettlerail on the top. Wish me luck. Don't do what I do.
Ooh, I hear that sewing machine sing. I didn't want to scare you.
How long have you been here?
Long enough to walk around and be like, I'm trying not to scare you. Yeah.
So if you drill, I'll screw?
Yeah, the screw's gonna be the harder part, I think.
So
I gotta figure out.
You screw?
I gotta figure out. So I bought these, and I don't know if I actually want to use these. Well, these should drill and screw themselves. They're self-tappers. So I'm gonna see if it will work.
Carlton of Tens. It's more like the Motel 6 Tens. But you know what? It mostly works.
You just gotta hold the bottom. That's like any tent. You gotta hold the bottom. This is my rudimentary dimensions for the camper jacks. And I was able to get on Fusion and put together these plates. They go pretty fast. You just got to put all the dimensions in and align all your holes. And then here we got the back one. This is the part that we're going to weld in, and that's what it looks like when it's flat. That'll go to the CNC. And then we got the front one, and then I'm going to weld a pipe to this one so that we have a way to insert the camper jack. And let's go cut it out. Right here will sit inside this piece, and I will weld that. And I made that a little bit too big, but that's okay. There we have it. So this will mount to the camper like so, and then the bar will slide in there. Ooh, just barely. We got both of these lifts from Home Depot. We're renting them for the day. We're gonna work on getting it lifted, and I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse that. Well, we got this thing up in the air. Drilling holes in this. One of those there. So it's right in there, like so. Just like that. Heck yes. I'm gonna get all these other jacks out of the way, and then we will get it on the truck here soon. So currently I don't have a switch set up. I just have this up and down, and so, but works by just hitting the button. We'll get her tucked in. How cool is that thing? That is a sexy camper.
It's only, I almost needed your.
And we're off, heading for the first night in the new camper. So wish us luck. We gotta go get some morning pork. So morning pork and maybe some snacks.
Breakfast sausage.
Nikki, do you want snacks?
That's what the world calls breakfast sausage.
Morning pork. Hannah, what you eating?
Delicious.
We got camp for the night. Got a nice fire pit over here. Nice sitting rock.
Nice.
Or cooking rock,
That's
actually.
that's a chopping rock right
That's
there.
a chopping rock. We're gonna chop some food on that bad chicken. And if you look over here, we got a nice little, it's North Fork River. Home for the night. It's gonna be great. We're under some nice tree cover. Get this camper popped up for the first time. Excited about that. So let's show you that. Why did you undo that?
I was in a righty-loosey, lefty-tighty situation.
Righty-loosey, lefty-tighty situation.
Nothing to grab onto. I did it!
Oh. All right, well, it's gonna be probably a wet and cold night tonight. And even though we could get past, it's gonna be like 30 degrees. So it's not like it's cold to where we couldn't manage. And this thing's pretty heavy and it's all insulated. So it'll probably be fine. We won't even need this, but I'm gonna hook up the diesel heater and show you how. So this is a little outlet that I did into the side so that we take our cord, get all the dirt out of there. That's fun. But so we just put that in there like so. And now we're plugged in, and on the inside, I have another plug that goes to the EcoFlow. So then we have power. And then we've got our nice janky ducting here that I did right before we left that we will put into the side here. So this guy, sort of, maybe, just pulls out. It's a tight fit. I probably shouldn't leave that up there, but I'm gonna put it up there. And then that guy just goes in like that. It's warm in there. It's that heat is cranking out right now.
I honestly don't think we're gonna even need that.
I think we can turn the diesel heater off.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
How do you feel about the camper?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah?
We have to get some sort of ladder.
Yeah, we need a ladder. I think I'm gonna do like a ladder that comes down and telescopes.
Yeah, that's exactly
So like
what I
it'll
was
kind of
thinking.
tuck up underneath and it'll telescope.
I don't love the way that this is set up.
I don't either.
But
I think what we should do is put it on slides that pull out, so we can pull it out.
Yeah,
when we're
having
cooking out
it
here.
out here, it would be nice. It'd be nice to have like a little farther out.
I think 270 awning is in our future.
What is that, a bat?
Yeah, bat wing. Yeah, the bat wing awning. I think that's in our future. What do you think? You think we should make some dinner?
I think we should make some dinner.
This is what we got going on. So we've got some pork, natural pork, because we don't want that unnatural pork. We've got some cabbage, we've got some green onions, we don't want big cabbage in our dumplings. You didn't figure it out already. We are making pot stickers. Pork pot stickers. What else do I need to put in this?
Water chestnuts.
Oh yeah, water chestnuts. We forgot. I can't open it. How many of these?
6. Water chestnuts are weird. What were they?
They are weird. So what we got in here is we got some cabbage, green onions, and garlic. We're gonna salt it.
I think your heart really likes salt.
Well, it's all that pork too that we're salting. And then we're gonna pepper it. I want a salty dumpling. I don't want no bland dumpling. And then sesame oil.
Flash.
We got ginger paste.
Hit real good.
Okay.
You're gonna use your hands and you want the spatula?
We're just gonna go ahead and do this because she can't find the spatula. Yeah. Cooking on a rock, Hannah.
No. 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 You fill, I'll pleat. How about that?
Okay, that's fine.
That's about as good as it's gonna get. There, Buster. Buster Bingo.
How do you think of these do we need to eat?
I don't think we need 40.
I don't either. I think we made way too much. That's probably enough, huh?
No.
Enough filling.
No.
That's not enough filling? In that dumpling?
No.
You want more? Why are you doing it already then?
Because it's already been given. I don't know how many of these we want to make.
Just keep making them.
Okay.
Those are browning fast. Does look good.
2 tablespoons. Korean chili powder, so.
You be here?
I'm happy to be here. I'm just
Wet.
wet. My hands are cold.
Hopefully it stays dry in there.
Oh.
How is it?
Mmm,
Oh yeah.
they're good. I knew you were gonna be doing that.
All right, well, I think we're gonna get inside,
Play some game.
bundle up.
Oh, I gotta get my backpack.
We're gonna play some games. Cause it's very wet out here. I don't know if you can
Wetter.
tell, but it's raining a lot and I'm getting kind of cold.
Rain harder. Oh.
Sit up.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning. Well, that was okay. The rain kept me up, but we slept pretty good and pretty comfortable. Everything stayed dry. That's what matters.
It's so wet out here, dude. This is definitely the wettest night I think I've camped
Yeah.
in a while.
Eat your breakfast.
We got ourselves a little morning pork. Some patties. And then we're gonna make some eggs. I'm gonna put some cheddar on it. English muffin. It's gonna be superb. Got ourselves a little cafe. And then look at this view that we're working with here. We got the river down there. Hannah's down there with a walk with Nikki. They're checking out the river. Life's not too bad. Look at that. You got to put the cheese on the sausage, and then you put the English muffin on the cheese so that it melts together.
Food paparazzi over here.
Travel out. All right, well, I think it's time we pack this thing up and head home. That was definitely a success. We stayed warm, we stayed dry, but I would like to get out of this rain.